The media is the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and to make the guilty innocent. That's power.
That white supremacist 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse.
A 17-year-old vigilante, arguably a domestic terrorist. Kyle Rittenhouse, a militiaman wannabe.
President Joe Biden, who used a picture of Kyle Rittenhouse as a white supremacist.
Is absolutely white supremacy.
You're innocent, but do you feel vindicated?
I feel like justice was served. There's going to be some accountability coming.
White supremacist trials. You've got Rittenhouse.
Hate, disrespect, and intolerance.
Point of fact, the only bigot on the scene appears to have been Joseph Rosenbaum, the child rapist. And yet it's Kyle Rittenhouse who Joe Biden accused of being a white supremacist on the basis of no evidence whatsoever. And let's hope at some point he gets sued for that.
Who will be held accountable?
You are the enemy of the people.
That's why I say, hey man, I shine.
I thought you would like that.
I love that. God bless that kid.
What he went through is unbelievable. I mean, the slander on that kid.
He's going to get him.
Yeah. There's a visual element to that little collage there. It even shows, remember I don't know the kid's name, Sandman. I think it's Sandman.
Yeah, Nicholas Sandman.
The only reason I remember Sandman, because that's the bass player from Morphine.
Nice.
If you're not into Morphine, you got to get into it.
Okay, I'll check.
I mean, shooting up Morphine.
Yeah,
not
obviously. Get those drugs.
No, the guy plays a 2-string bass with a slide. But
nice. I'm
off on a tangent already. That Sandman kid, the kid who everyone will know, was smiling. A very animated, big, toothy smile.
Yep.
At and then I have to say it PC. A Native American activist.
Hey, like I'm some hippie Indian.
So,
Oh yeah, right. Hey, say, like I'm some hippie Indian.
So he smiled at the guy.
Lock him up.
Yeah, and they called him a white supremacist, and they did it with, I mean, my God, it was in one of Biden's commercials. Now, I know Biden's not down in his basement with editing software putting this stuff together, but, he might watch it and go, you ever hear at the end of a political ad, I'm Randy Dascher, and I approve this message. You might want to check that stuff, make sure you're not talking about white supremacists while you show a 17-year-old kid who was acquitted on all charges.
Yeah, he's in trouble. He could be in trouble.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. Anyway, when we last left you, we were talking about Twitter followers, and then you had your account shut down.
Yeah.
For, welcome to free speech. I can understand shutting down maybe for slanderous reasons. If you go, hey, that guy Randy Dascher? Yeah, he raped me and gave me AIDS. That's slander, okay? And maybe.
Made love is what you would say.
There you go. So, but if you, if you're just posting, what did you, can you say it in a clean way?
I'll say it in a clean way. I said that Howard Stern was a derogatory word for a prostitute.
Oh, okay.
You can't say that word. It's an instant lifetime ban. For that one.
Oh my God! They're worse than regular.
Yeah,
radio.
He just for reference, he had said that he didn't think that unvaxxed people should be able to use hospital facilities. And this is a free speech guy. We're old enough to remember this guy. That was what he championed himself as king of all media. Flash forward to today, the media is the absolute enemy of the people, and he is doing nobody any services. And it was early in the morning. I shouldn't have got triggered like that, but I did. And I know.
Nah, they shouldn't have kicked you off because what you said wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
It sounds like he was kind of like this. I guess he had an epiphany and he decided, I'm not going to do libertarian-leaning stuff because he ran as a libertarian. I know he wasn't a libertarian, but he ran as one.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. He ran for governor.
Yeah.
And then he threw his support to Pataki.
Oh, see? That's gross.
Yeah. But that's what he did. Yeah. And I've heard him say, and my wife's like, I hate your Stern impression. It's the worst impersonation you've ever done. But I've heard him say, Robin, this should all be mandatory, Robin. Everyone should have to get the vaccine, Robin. And then let me tell you something, Robin. I want to go now. I want the freedom to live.
That's absolutely solid.
I want the freedom to live, Robin. I want to be able to go to my next door and play chess.
Yeah.
Well, go next door and play chess. Yeah. You're vaccinated.
Howard Stern has the right to not get sick. And it's the plebs' fault.
All right. We were saying Twitter followers, so I was going to show off for a second. Guess who follows me now?
Oh, who is it?
Thomas Massey.
Oh, my goodness. Holy jackpot.
Yeah, and he does. His numbers are like a gazillion follow him, and very few does he follow.
Yep.
And I got lucky, man.
That's awesome.
I forget exactly what the post was, but he gave me a follow, man. And it was like maybe my most wonderful day. Oh no, I mean the day I got married was.
That's a big win.
I'm kidding, honey. People have like a kid. That was the best day ever. What about the birth of your son?
That was good too, right. But man. Massey, though.
All right, let's get to Les on the phone. Hi, Les. You're on the phone. How are you?
Good. What's up, guys?
What's happening?
What's on your mind?
Not much. All right, since we're talking about banning people and certain things like that, I've reported Lindsey Graham for calling for the assassination of a world leader. And Facebook says it doesn't go against our community standards.
There's quite a double standard out there. You're absolutely.
You want to talk about the common denominators there? We were talking about AIPAC earlier.
Yeah, I mean, we know.
Go ahead, buddy.
What
I'm
the
sorry.
common denominators is it's R or D. Those are the common denominators.
Well, you can. I think Facebook is working in tandem with the United States and Israeli governments to shut down any kind of dissent, whether it comes from the left or the right. It looks like it's coming more from the right now. But yeah, they will. That will be able to fly because that's what they want the message to be. But I'm sure AIPAC's probably got a lot of dirt on Lindsey Graham. So yeah, man, he'll keep saying stuff like that. That's awful and reprehensible.
Right, but I mean, like you said, if you say word that's a hot button word, according to them, they shut you down. That's kind of crazy. I mean, at this point, I think we're in 1984. We're in an Orwellian novel at this point. And, the only way we could get through it is just to laugh at all these people. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, we're really close, I feel like, to words like liberty or freedom being, just tagged as extremist terms, and that will hit people of all stripes, libertarians, just like Brennan said on TV when he lumped libertarians into all the other groups. But yeah, anybody who espouses freedom is going to be put on that list, man. I think you're right.
I love that Tulsi Gabbard pointed out when Garland, was it Attorney General Garland that said, whoever it was, he lumped, I played the clip 100 times on here, but he's like, you have Nazis, you have this, you have that,
racists,
libertarians,
collectivists, yeah.
What? Oh, that's the one that you go,
yep.
S.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
On the video you made. That was one of my favorite videos.
Yeah, that was terrifying. That was right after January 6th, and they were like, well, we got these people, but you know what? It's not just them. It's all these other groups too, and libertarians.
Yeah,
with that inflection, right?
Yeah. Crazy.
Right. Also in 2018, Reuters did a report with the neo-Nazi problem in the Ukraine. You don't even hear about that anymore.
You definitely don't, man. Yeah, that was 2014. Barack Obama aided in the ousting of the democratically elected leader of Ukraine and supported neo-Nazis in the area. That's not to say that if people say Ukraine is run by Nazis, that's not true. But there is a strong contingent of actual neo-Nazis in Ukraine.
Well, it's beyond that. You have the Azov Battalion. They're part of the National Guard of Ukraine.
Crazy stuff. All right, mister.
Real crazy. All right, man.
Thanks,
Les.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you for calling. I really appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, no problem. See you.
That guy's cool.
I like him.
All right. Fantastic, then. I said to Megan if she wanted to come in here. I don't know if she's listening to the show. I don't know if anyone is.
I don't think she is.
If she wanted to come in, because I really appreciate her screening the calls today.
Ladies love Ron Paul. I feel like if she knew we were talking about Ron Paul, then, that might do it.
All right. Well, if she looks this way, I'll wave her in. But because we only have about 9.5 minutes of show here. But okay, so other famous people that follow me on Twitter, Jess Margera, the drummer from CKY.
Nice.
He was my 4th follower.
Local legend.
Yeah. And he's an awesome drummer. And CKY is an incredible band, and he plays in 100 other bands, and he's awesome. So, he was one of my first followers. But I know him I grew up like a mile away from him. So we're kind of in the. I'm older than he is, but we're kind of in the same town.
Nice.
But fantastic, and he used to come on my show back on another station. I can't think now. Now I'm drawing a blank who my famous followers are. Reverend Bob Levy. Remember, he used to be on a bunch of crazy nationally syndicated radio shows and so forth.
Okay.
He follows me. I've had Anthony Cumia retweet some of my stuff before. So
nice.
He's my favorite of all of them, of all the radio personalities. And I'm sure I'm forgetting someone, so forgive me. But yeah. So you, Dave Casey, are going to, you're having the convention is coming up. And one more time, why don't you give us the when, where, who, how, and what on that?
Yeah. So the convention is on the 26th of this month in Townsend, Delaware at the Blackbird Community Center, and Scott Horton will be there. That's the big headliner, but there will be some other speakers as well. We're going to have a fundraiser dinner at night, so if you want to be there for that, please go to the website. It's lp-delaware.org. You can donate some money if you feel like just helping out, or if you want to get tickets. You can be there for business. You don't have to be a libertarian. You can, big L, little L, it's all good. But come out, hang out, support us.
Wonderful. I thought on a lighter note, so we're not so serious, I would play this. I do some impersonations, mediocre ones. This guy does Trump spot on. That's just a dude on Twitter. Sean Farish posted it, and I guess that's him. I'm hoping it's him. Hopefully somebody didn't just steal his video and get a bunch of likes. But here we go.
The gas is too damn high. I just have to say, the gas is too damn high. Look at this, $4.89. It's a disgusting thing. I miss it when the gas used to be low. It used to be so low, lower than fake news, CNN's ratings, or AOC's IQ. Now the gas is high, higher than Jerry Nadler's pants or Hunter Biden after a night on the town. Sleepy Joe, he could do it, he could unleash American energy, but he'd rather talk to Venezuela and Iran. He'd rather negotiate with communists and terrorists instead of negotiating with hard-working Americans. It's a disgrace what's happening. The gas is too damn high, but it doesn't have to be, believe me.
All right, there you go.
Oh, my goodness. Flawless.
Spot on impersonation.
He nailed it, man.
So the only way I know how to do a lot of times impersonations is when I watch someone else do them, and the visual helps. I watched the video of the guy, who's that guy on, Seth MacFarlane. Mm-hmm. And there's tapes out there on YouTube of him doing the voices, and I could never do anything. And I saw the what he does with his mouth when he does Peter, and then
he really animates himself.
Yeah, that's right, Quagmire. Yeah. And it's as soon as I saw his mouth do that, it helped. And and watching Billy West do Larry Fine, and anyway,
I love
it definitely helps. It certainly helps. Fantastic. Then, I wanted to at least throw some lighthearted stuff into the show. That's why I played the Trump impersonation. Who else? Before you got your Twitter account shut down, and any super famous? Now I saw a photograph of you with Ron Paul, which is, I would have that if I had a big fancy dining room. I would have that blown up and professionally framed. You know how they like you can go to Spencer Gifts and get a frame Look how old I am. Like, there's really Spencer's gift. You could go to Walmart, buy a $9 frame and stick a picture in it. Or you can take it to a framing expert and they're like, yeah, it's $279.80. And I would pay the $279.80 and get that photo on my wall in my dining room if I had said dining room.
It was awesome. It's still my cover photo on my Facebook page. Yeah, I should get that bad boy frame, though.
Yes, absolutely. Well, let's. Hank's calling in at the last moment here. Hank, hello, sir. Thank you for calling the program, mister.
You're welcome, mister. What do you know?
What do you say? What do you hear? What's going on?
I hear. Well, as far as the pictures are concerned, you can probably get one right there from the post office and frame it if you want.
Okay. Oh, like the wanted people.
Yeah, no, mine is up there as a inexpensive pest control.
Gotcha. What else is going
on? I wanted to ask you, quite frankly. Now, some of these thoughts I have not really fully articulated, but with the war that's going on between Russia and Ukraine right now, I can't help but see a lot of parallels between the beginning stages of World War II. Let's say from 1935 to 1939, and quite squarely to also parallel as well the actions of Putin with Adolf Hitler to a degree. Am I off the mark on that? Have you noticed somewhat similar parallels?
Well, I think they're throwing it out there in the media. I think the thing that's overlooked is we never get to hear the other side of it. I'm not pro-Russia. I'm not pro-Ukraine. I'm not pro-Putin or pro-Zelensky. I'm Switzerland neutral at all times. But I also think all of this could be avoided if they said, "Okay, we won't join NATO," and then Putin would have said, "Thank you." And that would have been the end of it. I think it's just like a spoiled kid. It's just like, no, I want to join NATO. And I don't be damned if the entire world blows up in a nuclear holocaust. I want my way.
I hear you. Okay, well, fair enough.
Really quick, Hank, if I may, man, I would say, I see your point of view there, but if you want to make a parallel, I would say it might be more apt to, like, what if, Russia put nukes in Cuba, right? And what did we do? What happened from that? That was a direct threat. So that our country acted on that. So, or what if China put, nuclear warheads in Texas, or in Mexico, had them aimed at Texas? It's kind of like that. That's kind of what NATO is doing. And NATO is a tool of the United States and its empire. So
yeah, I agree. I can see why you think that.
Yeah. So I think it's aggression moving towards that country. I believe 5 times since George H.W. Bush said that would not happen after the fall of the Soviet Union. So it's kind of aggression, man. And these sanctions are a war on the people. They're not even soldiers. That's what sanctions do. They starve people. It's an act of war. So. Yeah, I don't know. I see it a little bit differently, man. And I know the whole media and everybody, the whole world is pointing out Putin as the next, big baddie. But that should be a red flag in itself, because war is not filled with good guys and bad guys.
That's what
you're right. You're absolutely right. Because for as far as information, I have to say that I'm not following my own advice here that I will leave you with. One of the greatest bits of, I'll say, counterpoint information that I have always had was listening into foreign broadcasts on shortwave radio.
Sure.
Because even when I was a teenager, now this is back in the 70s, I'm in my early 60s now, I can remember thinking, geez, some of this stuff I hear on ABC, NBC, and CBS and what have you, I don't seem to be getting the whole story, or in Paul Harvey's words, the rest of the
story. Thank you, Hank. We're running out of show. I don't mean to cut you short, but I have to be out. But I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, take care. I think, don't just rely on one source. Unless it's WDEL, then you rely on that one source. But, seriously, when you're watching national TV and don't just go, well, David Miller said it. You might want to look around. You end up saying stupid stuff like I did when I met Michael Badnarik. What if someone good like McCain could? I want to go back in time and smack myself from that day.
That's great.
Thank you, Dave Casey.
Thank you.
Any DaveCasey.org or anything?
Yeah, follow me on Twitter. It's at DVGPod, and that's Facebook, Twitter. I'm on YouTube, and where the podcast and stuff is.